Welcome. In front of me is an ASUS Zenfone 7 Pro, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of this device. And when you boot it up for the first time, you'll be presented with the welcome screen where you get to select your language. So all you need to do is tap on the arrow right here and then find your language that you want to use and simply tap on it. Now I'm gonna stick with English, so let's just tap on it. And from there, let's tap on Let's Go to begin the setup. And in here we have connection, so we can select that we want to add a SIM card or simply connect using Wi-Fi. Now this step is in a way optional. You don't actually also need to connect to Wi-Fi if you don't want to. It will just allow us to skip the pointless screen that tells us that SIM card was detected or not detected basically. Once you insert a SIM card, it will start working as intended, and there is literally no purpose for this screen, to be honest. And then we have the Wi-Fi screen, so as I said, we can skip it if you don't want to connect to it. If you do, simply choose a Wi-Fi that you want to, put in a password for it, and boom, you're connected. But I'm just going to go to next and not connect to any kind of Wi-Fi. And from here, we do have to select that we are above age of 16. And from there, let's tap on next, I agree. And on the next page, we have the date and time settings. Now this will appear if you are not connected to Wi-Fi, so you can set it up manually here, assuming it is not correct, and for me it is most certainly not correct. So all you would need to do is change the time zone by tapping on the arrow, but the time zone is actually correct. The date is, I believe, not, most certainly not. So you could just change the date to whatever. Then time, simply choose your time, like so, and from there let's go to next page. Now like I said, this will only appear if you are not connected to Wi-Fi. If you are, it will completely skip and go to this page. And on here we have a couple of Google services, so things like location, scanning, and send user and diagnostic data. Now briefly describing what they do. Location uses GPS tracking. That is most commonly used by Google Maps, so it can give you an accurate route if you're using it as a navigation for your car, as an example. Then scanning allows the phone to scan for stuff like Wi-Fi networks, Bluetooth devices, and stuff like that. Then below that we have send user and diagnostic data, which basically scans how you use the device and sends it to Google. Now if you don't want those, simply just deselect them like so, and tap on more, and then accept. Now these can be changed later on by simply pulling down the notification panel, and if you want, for instance, GPS tracking, you just need to tap on the GPS tracker to turn it on, and it will be on, and you can turn it on or off at your will. And from here we have the camera flip function, so we can, I guess, see the preview of how it works. So I'll just kind of lift it up, press it, and as you can see, it just opens up the camera and then immediately folds it away. So this is just more of a test for it, I guess, if you want to see if it works. I'm not exactly sure. So let's go to next. There's nothing more on here. And then we have protect your phone. So here we can set up different ways of protecting our device. That'd be either using a fingerprint or PIN, pattern, or password. Now it looks like there is no Face ID, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's also expected considering we do have a flip camera on here. So if you want to set up some kind of protection, you're free to do so by just choosing one of them. I will mention that if you want to use a fingerprint, you will still be required to set up PIN, a pattern, or password. But if you want to use the bottom option, you are not required to set up a fingerprint. So I'm going to quickly set up a pattern as an example. So let's just draw the pattern, continue, redraw the same pattern, continue, and that basically confirms it. And here we have just basic notifications, how it's going to be shown on a locked screen. So if you don't want to show notifications at all when the device is locked, you can do that. But if you want to show them as normally, just basically select it as it is right now. Okay, let's go to the next. I don't actually want to add fingerprint. There we go. So from here we can log into our ASUS account. Not exactly sure what's the benefit of this, so you could probably read this. So register your ASUS product and you can get professional technical support and warranty services. And probably doesn't help that there is a serial number shown here, but oh well. Let's go to next anyway. Then we have ASUS data transfer. So this, I believe, uses a application from ASUS that will allow you to simply copy your old device to the new one by basically just moving all the data from your old one to this one. And because I'm setting it up as new, I'm just gonna skip this and setup complete. So let's continue, tap on done and be finished with the setup. And there we go. And that is basically how you would set up this device. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.